Welcome back to Horror Recaps. Today, I will show you a horror/thriller from 2016 titled Hush. Spoilers ahead. Watch out and take care. Maddie Young is an author who lost her ability to hear and speak when she was 13. Hoping to strengthen her writing career, she lives an isolated life in the woods with only her cat. One evening, Maddie is silently cooking dinner for herself when she gets a text message from her friend Sarah. Sarah wants to stop by her house. Maddie invites her and waits for her at the door. While she is at it, she also feeds her cat. Sarah meets Maddie at the front porch and greets her in sign language. Maddie reminds Sarah that she can read lips, but Sarah wants to practice signing. She also hands Maddie a book. It is one of the books Maddie has written. Sarah tells Maddie she loves it and praises her writing abilities. She also asks her how she comes up with the ideas, to which Maddie replies that she has a voice in her mind. Sarah compliments Maddie's skills but signs it wrong, making Maddie laugh at her mistake. As they are talking, a loud alarm goes off inside the house. They rush inside to see it is the fire alarm. Maddie mistakenly left the food in the oven and forgot about it. She apologizes to Sarah for the fire alarm being too loud and explains it is because she has to feel the vibration to know that it's working. Later, Sarah invites Maddie to come over for dinner, but she refuses because she has to work. Sarah then leaves for her home. Maddie gets a text from someone named Craig but ignores it and starts typing on her computer. She is brainstorming ideas for her book, however, it is not working. She then decides to FaceTime Craig but hangs up before he receives it. A few seconds later, Craig calls her himself, but Maddie declines. She then gets up to clean up the kitchen when all of a sudden, a bloodied Sarah bangs on her windows. She is crying, asking for help right behind Maddie, but Maddie doesn't notice anything. A masked man is outside with Sarah. She pleads with him not to hurt her, but he stabs Sarah several times and kills her. He notices Maddie silently cleaning through the window and bangs it to catch her attention. He soon realizes that she cannot hear him. Maddie goes back to her couch and starts writing. She doesn't hear the masked intruder coming inside the house. He stands right behind her with a knife. Maddie is still unaware of his presence. She continues writing gibberish on her computer. Just then, Maddie's sister Max FaceTimes her. The intruder moves away before she can receive the call. Maddie talks to her sister about her book, Craig, and her life in the woods. Max is worried about her and wants her to come back to the city. While they are talking, the intruder finds Maddie's phone and takes it with him. Max tells Maddie that she saw a movement behind her. Maddie dismissed it, saying it might be the cat. After ending the call, Maddie walks around the house looking for her cat but doesn't find it. So, she puts a jacket on and sits on the couch again. As she opens her laptop, she gets a text from her own phone. She opens it to find several pictures of her from a few minutes ago. Looking through them in surprise, Maddie sees one of the pictures is of her talking to her sister and another one of her looking for her cat. She then gets a picture of her in the exact position she is sitting on the couch. It is as if someone just took it and sent it to her. She gets up to look through the window and, for the first time, sees the masked intruder outside her house. He has her phone in his hand. She rushes quickly and closes the window before he can enter. The man goes around the house to the back door, but Maddie closes that one too. She then goes to her laptop to call 911. However, the man cuts off the electricity in the house. Now, there is no way out for Maddie. Terrified, she looks at the man through the window. He scratches her window with a knife. The house is pitch black. Not a single light works. The man slices the tires of her car, so she cannot run away. Maddie is terrified. She takes a lipstick and writes, "Won't tell, didn't see face, boyfriend coming home" on her window. Her plan is to agree not to tell anyone about the intruder and send him away. But the intruder, on the other hand, sees the message and takes his mask off. He tells her that she has seen his face now and asks her if she can read his lips. Maddie nods in fear. The intruder wants to play a sick game with her. He tells her that he can come inside any time, but he will only do so when she wishes she is dead. Maddie is terrified but manages to go to the kitchen and gets a knife and a hammer. She then goes to her room and locks the door. She also closes all the curtains. Scared, Maddie sits in a corner. Suddenly a shadow is seen through the window. It starts banging on it. Maddie notices that it is a bloodied hand. She gets up slowly to see the intruder holding dead Sarah. She runs out of the room and starts sobbing on the floor. But then she remembers Sarah has her phone in her pocket. This could be a chance for her to get in contact with someone. Maddie thinks of a plan. She gets her car keys to trigger an alarm in hopes of distracting the man. She then runs to her room to get Sarah's phone through the window. But Sarah's body is too far away. Maddie is not quick enough to get the phone. The man sees her trying to get it and runs to get her. Thankfully she gets inside before he can reach her. He tries to open the windows as she tries to close it. Maddie then takes the hammer from earlier and hits him. This gives her time to lock the windows. The intruder shows Maddie Sarah's phone and keeps it on top of her body, challenging her to get it. He also takes Sarah's necklace with him. Maddie slowly gets away from him and gets out of the room as the man bangs the window behind her. She is in her living room when she sees the man moving around the house through the windows. He moves to the back of the house. Taking this chance, Maddie comes out of the house through the front door. She hides under the deck before he can see her. When he is away from her view, she makes a run for it. However, the man sees her and hits her with a crossbow bolt. Thankfully, he misses. Somehow Maddie manages to run inside the house again. She then climbs up the stairs and attempts to escape through the windows. She climbs down the roof and throws a torchlight to distract him. But her plan fails when the man notices her. He shoots her with the crossbow bolt again. This time, it hits her leg. Now, Maddie is on the roof, injured, and the intruder is climbing up it to reach her. As he reaches the top, Maddie pushes him back down and snatches his crossbow. She tries to hit the man with a bolt, but he starts climbing up again. Maddie quickly rushes back inside through the window and locks it. She has the crossbow with her but is bleeding a lot through her leg. Crying, Maddie applies medicine to her wound. She then tries to figure out the way to use the crossbow. The intruder watches her trying through the window, but she doesn't know it. Just then, someone knocks on Maddie's front door looking for Sarah. It is Sarah's boyfriend, John. He sees Maddie's writing on the glass door. Maddie cannot hear John, but the intruder does. When no one answers the door, John is about to call the police. But the intruder poses as a police officer and stops him. He makes up a story about calling the sheriff and takes John's phone. He drops Sarah's necklace while handing the phone back, seeing that John grows suspicious of the man. They chat while Maddie is still trying to use the crossbow. John tells the man about a spare key beneath the dock and plans to hit him when he isn't looking. But as he is about to do that, Maddie starts banging the door. This distracts John, and the man gets a chance to stab him in the neck. John tries to fight, but the intruder stabs him again on the leg. John takes him by surprise and pushes him to the ground. He holds him there as he tells Maddie to run away. She imagines herself running out the back door, but the man gets her and hits her on the head several times. She is too scared to run. Eventually, John lets go of the man and dies. Maddie has no way to get out of this. She sits down in her living room and brainstorms several ideas of how she can escape. But she knows she will either be caught or bleed to death. Eventually, she decides to kill him. Meanwhile, the intruder is outside smoking cigarettes talking to John's dead body. Maddie's cat finally comes back. The man is about to kill it, too, when suddenly, he is struck in the shoulder with a bolt. Maddie has come out of the house to attack the man. She retreats into the house, but one of her arrows falls on the deck. As she tries to grab it, the man slams the sliding door on her hand and crushes it beneath his foot. She slowly drags her bloodied palm inside and locks the door. The man watches her on the floor crying in pain. He also breaks the arrow she was trying to get. He threatens her he will come in now. With much determination, Maddie stands up and writes "Do it" on the glass door with her blood. She then bangs the door and adds the word "coward" to it. The man reads it and goes back to get a tire iron and starts bashing the door with it. As he does that, Maddie types his description on her laptop. She also leaves a message for her family and tells them that he died fighting. She then locks herself in the bathroom with a knife. She waits for him there, facing the door. But the man is already behind her. He has broken in through the skylight in the bathroom. The man talks to her, thinking she cannot hear him, but Maddie feels his breath on the back of her neck. Before he could attack her, she stabs him with her knife. She quickly limps out of the room to the kitchen and hides there. The man comes back looking for her, but before he can reach her, she sprays his face with an insecticide and turns on the fire alarm from earlier. The man still doesn't give up and attacks Maddie. He kicks her several times and strangles her. Maddie's whole life flashes in front of her eyes. She remembers pictures of her childhood and her family. She somehow manages to get hold of a corkscrew and stabs him on the neck. The man shoots out blood from where he has been stabbed and finally dies. Maddie gets up slowly and looks for her phone on him. She proceeds to call 911. She walks out to her front deck and pats her cat. The movie ends when the police arrive at the house. Make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.